What's up, ladies and gentlemen, Neon Pow here, and this week we're doing part 3 to What If Naruto Was Raised by the Akatsuki. That meaning you have not seen the previous parts, I have that linked in the description and in the card above, so make sure to check that out. Also, huge news, I got that tasty merch out live for you guys, and you can check that out right below this video to see what all I have. My favorite, of course, it's gonna be the soccer merch. So, make sure to check that out so you guys know what I mean. Also, we're gonna be doing 500 likes for you beasts to make sure that you guys want to keep seeing this series continue. Also, I would like to thank my friends sassyeggroll and hujayfa for helping me create the content we are witnessing today. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with the weekly juicy what ifs coming to you. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the video. In the last episode, we left our devious Jinchuriki following through with a very sinister plan. He allowed one of his teammates, Sakura, to be sacrificed in exchange for Sasuke to unlock his Sharingan. Naruto, of course, did not have any malicious intent behind this plan, since he was raised to lack any sense of morals, which also leads him to not understand the severity of death. Now, while the plan was successful and unnoticed, his action will lead to some serious changes in the team's dynamic. We now resume immediately after the horrific scene. Sasuke asked Naruto what the heck just happened, and even though he didn't care for the girl, she could have been a great asset to the success of the mission. Naruto scoffs at such an idea and begins saying that she didn't even contribute to the team the entire time, and that it was either her or the bridge builder. Naruto sends off a few shadow clones to deal with Zabuza while he tries to calm Sasuke down and make up a plan. Sasuke, not exactly calm due to the fact that his teammate's death was caused by his other teammate, agrees he had to also come up with a plan to take Zabuza down and save their sensei. They execute the same plan they did in the original anime, and Kakashi is finally free. After that stuff happens, Kakashi does his thing, and now Haku is in possession of Zabuza's corpse. Afterwards, they go to the bridge builder's house, and Kakashi gets treated for his wounds. He is then quickly knocked out because of the extreme chakra exertion of using his Sharingan. Kakashi, of course, believes in never abandoning one's teammates, but because of his condition, he is unable to contribute to the drama unfolding before him. Sasuke still refuses to mention what happened to Sakura, but the bridge builder and Naruto just say that there wasn't much choice to be had. Naruto says that it is important to protect each other, as he made it out to look when he tried to save Sakura, but in the end, each person is responsible for their own life. Sasuke just gets up abruptly and quickly heads to the bathroom. The vivid image of Sakura's severed body won't leave his mind. It begins triggering flashbacks to when he was standing over the bodies of his mother, father, and other family during the Uchiha massacre. He couldn't even remember their names. Was he so terrible that he couldn't remember such a simple thing? And to add on to this drama, he led to the loss of yet another person. He didn't even care about her, but knowing that he could have helped her survive was tearing him up inside. Could he have even helped her though? Was this his curse to forever lead to the death of others and be useless when needed the most? Sasuke almost breaks down in the bathroom, but he takes a deep breath and tries to calm down. He thinks he's a little better, so he goes back to everyone at the table. However, everyone is staring at him and is asking if he is okay. He then realizes tears are still running down his face. He then quickly excuses himself from the table and rushes out the door. Naruto goes to follow after him, but knows his actions are probably what caused this to happen. Because of this, he wanted to give Sasuke some space for a bit before going to find him. However, as he was searching for Sasuke, he found someone else. Haku. They ended up talking for a bit before Naruto asked Haku if he could help find his friend. The both of them looked around for a bit, but ended up giving up and parting ways. Before Haku left, Naruto made sure to thank her for her help. This was of course before he told Naruto he was actually a dude. Naruto was surprised that a boy could be so pretty, but ended up dismissing it and went back to the bridge builder's house. To Naruto's surprise, Sasuke was there sleeping. Naruto guessed he just needed to go for a walk, but still figured he should talk to Sasuke later when they got a chance. Eventually, this opportunity came when they were doing the tree training later that day. Sasuke was doing well for a beginner because of the training he had done with Naruto prior to the mission. As for Naruto, he had done this training ages ago, so it was a walk in the park. However, he pretended to struggle with it for a bit so he wouldn't make Sasuke even more frustrated than he already was. When Sasuke was tired, he pretended to be as well, which wasn't too hard because it took a lot of effort to lower the control he had over his chakra without being too good or too bad, which adversely is helping train his chakra control even more. As some time passed, Naruto sat next to Sasuke and talked about trivial matters at first, before diving into the issue. Naruto ended up apologizing as he thought that might make things better. He then says that the sacrifice was the only way he thought they could complete their mission successfully. He actually thought Sakura would be able to handle herself as she was a fully fledged ninja. Sasuke then tells Naruto that the issue wasn't a decision to whom to save, but something deeper than that altogether. Sasuke says he felt he was to blame, as he could have been the one to save her, as Naruto was already occupied. To further the problem, he says he was reminded of another time. Before Naruto had a chance to ask, Sasuke elaborates. He says it was one late night. He was out for some reason or another, but it didn't matter now. He made his way home, but upon arriving there, found many of his clan members dead on the ground. He looked around, hoping to find someone, anyone, alive, but was only greeted with the blank eyes of his family. He looked for his parents. Surely they couldn't be dead too, he thought to himself, but they were. And the person who killed them, all of them, was in the very room, his brother, Itachi Uchiha. Naruto was actually a bit surprised about this news, as he never really knew Itachi's backstory when he was training under him. However, to make it convincing that he doesn't have any ties with Itachi, he tells Sasuke that no brother should have ever done that to their family, and tries to sympathize with his friend. Sasuke doesn't respond, and Naruto can see that he's reliving the moment through his eyes. He tries to snap Sasuke back by getting him on his feet and telling him to go for a walk with him. Sasuke ends up doing so, feeling a bit better after a while. During the walk, Naruto sees the boy he met last night, and thought that having Sasuke talk to him might cheer him up more. Naruto walks over to Haku, introduces the two, and decides to lay down for a bit. Sasuke and Haku talk for a bit before Haku tells him he is a boy. Sasuke fell into that trap hard. It didn't make sense to him at all for a minute, but got over the shock when Haku offered to show him. Sasuke, of course, profusely denies this offer. Fortunately, this shock helped get Sasuke out of his depressive state. Haku begins laughing and says he was joking anyways. They talk for a while more, and Sasuke, now thoroughly distracted from his past, decides he and Naruto should get going and head back to training. Before the two leave, Sasuke takes a flower from Haku, with his consent of course, for himself and Naruto as a sign of their new friendship. The two go back to training until nightfall and talk some on the way back home. They ultimately eat and then sleep for the night. For the next couple of days, Naruto and Sasuke would be out and about between the forest training and hanging out with Haku, all before the big battle on the bridge occurs. One day, Haku was absent, so Naruto and Sasuke just trained that day alone. A good distance away, Haku was with Zabuza checking on the progress of his injuries. The day has finally come. It looks like the mercenary is finally healed enough and readies himself to kill the bridge builder once more. Coincidentally, Kakashi-sensei is now fully healed as well, so he goes back to check on Naruto and Sasuke's progress. They both did very well these past few days, but Naruto didn't do as well as Kakashi expected. He knows he is just a kid, but it seems like he has better chakra control than he is letting on. As much as Kakashi hates to do it, he also takes the time to talk about their fallen comrade. He doesn't put the blame on anyone, as he, as their sensei, should have been there to protect them. He actually tells them that they did as good as they could in such an unpredictable situation, and that they should work to get stronger to minimize the chance of something like this ever happening again. After the discussion, they all head to the bridge and begin guarding the bridge builder. The area around them becomes gray. A dense fog starts rolling in. It is so sudden and random to be natural, so the team stays on guard. Kakashi hears Zabuza's voice and steps deeper into the mist to track him down, letting Naruto and Sasuke protect the bridge builder. Then, suddenly, a bunch of needles come out from the mist, aiming directly towards the bridge builder. It seems the masked boy from the other day was on Zabuza's side after all. Naruto tells him to come out and fight, and to his surprise, he does so. Naruto makes a lot of shadow clones to guard the bridge builder, and with Sasuke, he goes to fight the boy with the mask. The fight goes about as well as it does in canon, with Sasuke stepping in to save Naruto from the needles. However, the main difference here, while Naruto's still enraged, he doesn't completely lose his sense of self. He instead personally asked the Nine Tails for its power. Though, to the Jinchuriki's surprise, Kurama says,
"No, you fool. I will not help in any way if you are partnered with that man in the mask. That idea disgusts me,"
and proceeds to go into a slumber. Naruto doesn't really know what to do in this situation. While confident in his own power, he is unsure if he can protect Sasuke and himself against the boy's insanely powerful Kekkei. Naruto then tries to do the unthinkable and try to forcefully pull out some of the Nine-Tails chakra. Fortunately, all of his chakra control training pays off and he is able to extract some without the Nine-Tails realizing. Now that he's powered up and healed, he goes berserk on the masked enemy, this time beating the crap out of him instead of holding back. As the ninja's partially broken body lies on the ground, he goes over to see if Sasuke is okay. To his relief, he is still breathing but is certainly in need of some medical attention. Naruto walks over to the beaten up ninja and thinks about unmasking him, but it looks like it has already slipped off. Naruto is saddened a bit to see that this enemy was their friend, Haku. Naruto, logically thinking, believes he must have his own motives and decides to knock him unconscious for further questioning later. He carries both Haku and Sasuke to the nearby village, but not before witnessing the death of Zabuza. He then gets a rope, ties Haku up, and gets Sasuke medical attention. Knowing that Haku would be saddened by his master's loss, he goes to see Zabuza's body and prepare a grave for him to be buried once Haku wakes up. However, to Naruto's disgust, he sees Gato spitting on Zabuza and calling him useless. Without even flinching, a well-aimed kunai takes care of that situation. He then asks if anyone else would dare disrespect this fallen warrior, but they were already gone by the time he finished his sentence. They were mercenaries after all, and didn't need to carry out their task anymore seeing as their employer was dead. Kakashi helps Naruto dig a grave for Zabuza, and they wait for Haku to awaken so he can mourn his death. Haku wakes up and is taken to see a doctor in the area. Other than a few fractures and a concussion, he was fine. Haku then finally gets to see his fallen master. Naruto asks if there's anything they can do for him. He says their company will do just fine. So they sit in front of Zabuza in silence for what felt like hours. Haku finally says he would like to bury his master himself. Kakashi and Naruto leave, but not before kicking Gato's corpse into the sea below. They then end up checking in on Sasuke. Fortunately, he is finally awake, though barely. Naruto tells him what happened and Sasuke asks to go see Haku. They walk back to Zabuza's grave where Haku was unsurprisingly still standing there. Sasuke gives his condolences for his loss and says he understands his pain. He then asks where he was going from there. Haku then tells him he was going to accomplish his master's dream of overthrowing the Mizukage. He would collect an army and start a coup. After this interaction, they all say their goodbyes and go their respective ways. Team 7 heading back to the Leaf to start the very long process of reporting back all that happened on their mission to the Hokage. Sasuke and Naruto don't know it yet, but they will have to get ready for the tuning exams coming ahead and find a replacement for their team. And that's where we're leaving part 3. Now guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to like and comment your opinions below as I love interacting with you guys. But until the next video guys, much love, Neon out.